Game one of the Western Conference Finals, the play everybody's talking about, as Kawhi Leonard comes down on the foot of Zaza Pachulia, leaves the game. It was 78-55 after he made a couple of free throws there. And from that point on, Golden State erased that lead and took game one. Hennessy never stop, never settle. After Kawhi Leonard left that game in the third quarter, and you see Golden State outscoring them 58-33, hit him with an 18-0 run right after that.
Really?
And game one goes to Golden State. And with time to reflect on what he saw, Greg Popovich weighing in on Zaza Pachulia.
A two-step lead with your foot closeout is not appropriate. It's dangerous, it's unsportsmanlike, it's just not what anybody does to anybody else. And this particular individual has a history with that kind of action. A totally unnatural closeout that the league has outlawed years ago and pays great attention to it. And Kawhi's not there. And you want to know how we feel about it. You want to know if that lessens our chances or not. We're playing very possibly the best team in the league. You know, we don't know what's going to happen in the East. And 9.75 people out of 10 would figure the Warriors will beat the Spurs. Well, we've had a pretty damn good season. We've played fairly well in the playoffs. I think we're getting better. And we're up 23 points in the third quarter against Golden State. And Kawhi goes down like that. And you want to know if our chances are less, and you want to know how we feel, that's how we feel. Follow up? Much cover?
Zaza's, my teammate, plays hard, just trying to win. That's as far as it's going to go. I mean, he's tough. I mean, he's 285 pounds, so he's strong. I mean, he's an NBA pro. I don't know what else you want from him, or what you want him to be. He is who he is.
If he wasn't your teammate, would you be looking at it the same way, you think?
There's no way. I don't know how to answer that.
I really feel bad for the guy. I wish it didn't happen, and had a different result basically. But again, it's a game. There's some things sometimes you can't control it. I'm not a dirty player. Just love this game, and I'm playing hard. That's how I was taught since day one, honestly. So that's what I've been doing.
If he would have played and they'd ended up winning, I go get dinner, have a glass of wine, wake up the next day, go to practice, and move on. But this is crap. And because he's got this history, it can't just be, oh, it was inadvertent. He didn't have intent. Who gives a damn about what his intent was? You ever hear of manslaughter? You still go to jail, I think, when you're texting and you end up killing somebody, but you might not have intended to do that. All I care is what I saw. All I care about is what happened. And the history there exacerbates the whole situation and makes me very, very angry. But I'm still open to follow-ups.
Shaq, when you look at that video, do you think that was an intentional move by Zaza?
Well, I don't know Zaza. I really would have considered him a dirty player. But I do know as a big guy with big feet, the closer you are to a guy when he goes up in the air, there's always a 50-50 chance that when he lands, he will come down on your ankle. I know that for a fact. His closeout was very unnatural. Nobody teaches that. And again, like when you're a big guy, you have big feet, you put your foot out there, it's always going to be a 50-50 chance. Sometimes guys don't land on it, but Kawhi landed on it. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but it's always like that for big guys, Ernie.
Chuckster?
Whew. Let me say this. I'm hesitant to call a person dirty unless they have a history.
Greg Popovich seems to think he does.
I don't know enough. I don't remember all the things Zaza's done. So I'm going to preface my statement with that. But we do know there are other NBA players who have admitted it, that they do that. It is a dirty play to do that. I played with a guy who did that, and it was a dirty play. And I've heard other guys on other networks say, I did this, and it's a dirty play. But like I say, I don't want to call a guy dirty unless I have proof or he has a track record. But let me say this: it is a dirty play, Ernie.
Chet.
I just, to me, anytime that you foul a jump shooter, it's a dumb defensive play. There are many plays that happen like this all the time.
Right there. He knew what he was doing.
My point is, he didn't
knew
know
what he was doing. Yes, he did.
He knew he was going after his left ankle shank.
Listen, all you got to do is put your foot out there. It's 50-50.
I think
That's all you got to do. It's 50-50.
I think Shaq's point is,
I'm just saying,
you know if you up under a guy.
Yes, he's either going to come down or he's not.
I'm not saying you're right, wrong, or indifferent. But that basketball play happens twice a night, 3 times a night. And if your ankles are not hurt, you go through and you keep going through, or you spread your legs,
50-50.
or you don't do it. As a jump shooter, I know, to me, just foul it. There's been guys foul a 3-point shooter all the time, and it's the same. I could show you 100 videos of the guys doing the exact same thing. You pass the ball here, you come under it, and you're fouling a jump shooter. So that is the same 1-foot closeout. Guys coming up too close. Dumb foul. Dumb foul right here. Wait.
That's not the same.
Popovich said
This is not the same either?
No.
He steps on his foot.
but he says that
Not the same?
Popovich said that he showed it was.
If you look at this,
Not the same,
this is
Ken.
the
He
same.
just ran twice with his hand up.
that's
He
not
didn't
the same.
stand up and walk twice. He
walked
took
twice. Yeah.
Okay, we got
Steps
more.
on the gallop.
They're all bad shot. They're all bad. Look at this. This is bad basketball.
Yeah, but these guys are on the ground walking up under guys. Popovich.
Exactly.
Anytime, to me, this is my point, as a jump shooter, I had probably taken more jump shots than layups in my career. Most bad defenders and bigs that come out do something similar. And I used to say they're in rare air. They're out in the deep water and don't know how to swim. He doesn't practice closeouts. He doesn't know. That's why he's not a star. That's why he does these things, and he has done them. And yes, Greg Popovich.
everybody knows,
taught-
Kenny.
Wait,
Kenny,
Greg
everybody
Popovich,
knows
I don't
you put your
believe. I just don't
foot under
believe
a guy.
that.
No, can I ask you a question? If you're closing out on a guy, aren't you supposed to run by him?
No. If you're closing out on a guy and you're Avery Bradley, he practices closeout drills.
No. My question is.
Zaza Pachulia does not practice
hold on,
closeout
Kenny,
drills.
just let me-
Cut it out,
If he
Kenny.
comes out
Kenny,
incorrect,
Cut it out, Kenny. Big guys practice those drills,
say he
too.
did it on
I'm not
purpose.
picking.
guys practice those
Can't say
drills,
it.
too.
Hey, I'm asking.
How many times have you out there? I don't practice post defense
Let me ask you a
as
question.
much as I practice.
I'm not picking a
post
side.
defense.
It's a
bigs on the
it's a
perimeters now.
legitimate question. When they tell you not to foul a jump shooter, don't you run by the jump shooter instead of running up under him?
I think Zaza Pachulia is the way he is in the NBA is because of his reckless abandonment around the rim and around the court.
Well, that would help Popovich's point also.
No, but
Doesn't matter
But
what
he
he's
is
meant
not
to do.
one of 20. He's one of like 25 guys. He's not one of one. He's
Kenny.
one of 25.
Kenny,
so
when you
yes,
put your foot
what,
under
should he
a
have
jump
done it?
shooter-
Should he have done it? No. If
it was a
Kawhi
big-
win
it was a big deal, Kenny.
If it wasn't Kawhi Leonard, if
want
he
me to show you
plays,
right now, Kenny?
they win.
You want
the
me to say
game.
right? Shoot a
They
jump
are-
right now. Shoot a jump right now, and I'm going to put my foot there. It's going to be a 50-50 chance you land on my foot. He knew what the hell he was doing. Don't even try.
I don't believe he
knew what he
did.
was
I don't believe that. I just don't believe that he intentionally did that.
I didn't say he
I think that he
intentionally did it. I
is.
didn't say he
I'm
intentionally
not
did it.
gonna. I'm not gonna get on national television and say Zaza is a dirty player.
I'm not saying he's a dirty
hold on,
player.
hold on. But that is a dirty play.
I don't think it's dirty. I think it's a guy who plays recklessly and doesn't know how to close out like 20 other guys I can point out throughout their career that used to run at me at the same time. Yes, does he do it more? When Bill Cartwright was playing in the post, what you had to watch out for?
His elbows.
No question. He plays that way. It's just recklessness when he had the basketball. Everyone knew it. Keem Olajuwon got his eye knocked out almost possibly because of that.
Those are two different
Not saying
analogies
it's
that I will
dirty.
not accept.
It's saying that
I will not
doesn't
accept
know
those
how to do
analogies.
it. Okay, that's just my point. But I agree with if Kawhi Leonard plays, we know now he's the best player in the Western Conference.
You're saying it
we
was
know that for
intentional.
now.
Yes.
We know who's the best player in the West. We know if he played,
know
they
the
would have
sec-
won.
we know who the second
that.
be- we know the
the
second-
second best player in the
in the
world is
world.
right now.
He's in
he
San
proved
Antonio.
that last night. Now it's unfortunate he got hurt.
I'm not saying he did it on purpose. I'm just
But
saying,
you said you knew what he was doing.
as a player, you know that if you close under the guy, he's either going to land on your foot or he's not, period. Everybody knows that. That's why they outlawed it. Everybody knows
Shaq, I agree with you
Yes,
on that.
everybody knows that.
Shane Battier used to.
Bruce Bowen used to do it.
Put his hand up in the face.
Bruce
ain't the
Bowen
same
used to
thing.
do
It
it.
is, because if you hit me
No,
in my
it's not.
nose when I just broke my nose, then I'm going to be pissed off and we're going to have the same argument because you're doing the same thing.
Your analogies
If I
suck
broke
tonight.
my
Cut it
nose,
out. Your
and you
analogies
put your
are
hand in
terrible.
my face and hit it again, well, he
Stop
does
it.
that all the time.
Stop it.
No, but you
Stop
did it the time I had my nose broke. We have a whole different thought
I would
process
love to
about
break your nose on TV.
Game 2 in that
Please do it.
series, by the way, is
Please do
tomorrow
it.
night.
I'll
And
pay your lawyer fees.